Okay, Blair, here's the first three revisions of the board so far. This was A revision, which was designed to be for the color system. And of course the color system ended up being bust because we couldn't read it in sunlight. This was B revision, which worked pretty well, but I found out that we had a problem with power. This is C revision, unpopulated of course, but I've also found out that it even has problems. So we're on to D revision of the sensor board itself. Here's the display. Now remember, all these values are simulated, they're not real. I'll zoom in a little bit where you can actually read it and turn my camera down just a little bit. Remember, this is a transflective display, and it is absolutely 100% sunlight readable, even with direct glare on it. Turn my camera down some where you can actually see it. It actually takes quite a bit of turning the shutter down because it's so bright. Right now I'm simulating all the values by two touchscreen sliders. As you can see, we have the rotor and engine RPM, which the rotor is simulated at 97% right now. We have the airspeed indicating about 91 miles per hour. That's what the standard is going to be at about 93 feet. Of course, the needle in the altitude gauge does not really correspond yet. It's because I'm using simulated values. The VSI shows about 750 feet of climb. Fuel's 85%. Battery's 14.6 volts. Your flight meter's 1 hour 1 minute and 1 hour and 2 minutes. The Hobbs is 24.323. CHT1's 508. EGT1's 1186. And of course, the second cylinder's down right now. But if I take my finger and move the second slider up, and this is ignition 1 fail. If I take the second slider and move it up, you can see that things start to change. Notice the master warning come on. If I slide this back down, I can actually reset the master warning, which is also going to be a button on the stick. If you notice, when I had it up, all these annunciators come on depending on what the situation is. I'll slide slider number 1 back down. Notice it's low rotor and high rotor. Low rotor I have just shown because I want to be able to show all the annunciators at once. I don't know why, but my flight meter reset, which is really strange. But anyway, to reset the flight meter, it's at 1 minute right now. You just reach over and touch it, and it resets it to 0. If the engine's off and at idle, you have a menu which gives you your contrast, and this is actually going to be the way it's set. Contrast, get down to about 50%. That's the best place to run. It's about 50%. And of course the LED brightness. In the sunlight you could actually turn the LED off, but you really can't read it on here with the LED off. So you hit save and it goes back to the original window. Your flight meter, if you notice, the Hobbs and the flight do not count when the engine is at 0%. So right now I have it set for 25%. So when I get it up to, I have it set on the wrong one, but if you get it up to about, see right now they're not counting, rotor's at 21%. When you get to 25%, it'll start counting. Now this will of course be on the engine, not on the rotor. Just right now I have it set for just a standard slider, just because I don't have the real numbers going into it. But if you notice, I have ignition 1 pass and ignition 1 fail, and those actually change according to whether the system is reading both systems being pulsed by the CDIs. And number 2 will do it too, but it hides things when it does. The sliders will not be on there on the actual aircraft, just for this purpose. I have the sliders on here just to easily change things. And there you go. And of course the master caution works with both sliders. And the master warning will be along with the horn. When the master warning goes off, there's 3 different warning horns. There's the rotor speed warning horn, which sounds like a siren, up and down, up and down, up and down. And then there's temperature warning, which is a toggle, high, low, high, low, high, low. And then there's everything else, battery volts, fuel low, are going to be just a beep, just beep, 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 one solid, one steady frequency, but just a series of beeps. That way you don't actually have to know, you don't have to look at the instrument to know what warning you have going off. You'll get used to the rotor speed being a siren type, a high-low, raise, go up, go down, go up, go down, and then your temperatures being a high-low pulse, and then your other ones being just a pulse. So you don't actually have to look at your instrument to know. A lot of thought went into it to get that right. I don't have the warnings out here right now. Hang on a second, and I'll get those too. Okay, I'm back. Now, just to give you an idea, I'm not going to show you my development board, but here's the warning tones in order of rotor speed, temperature warning, and any other miscellaneous. They go pretty quick, but you should be able to hear them. And of course they'll repeat. So that'll give you an idea. Of course I'm not sure how loud that's going to be in the cockpit. I'm thinking about locating the actual sensor board up close to the pilot's head somewhere in the XC. I'm not sure about the air yet. I'm actually thinking about making it part of a headset system where they actually hear it in a headset instead of being in open air sound. But that'll come with time. So that should give me an idea of what the instruments look like, and that way you can show everybody else who's very interested in seeing the system. And just once more, bring these down to the bottom. It's not really easy to do with them underneath something else. Get to the other side. Menu. You can save it. The barrel doesn't work yet. I'm not going to do that until I get the actual sensor board working. Ignition 1 fail, ignition 1 pass, ignition 2 fail, ignition 2 pass, and all your other associated numbers. Just for you, let you see the VSI move according to the slider. It looks much better without the sliders on there, but for now that's just the best way to do it. Hope you liked the video.